Once, there was a boy nobody cared about. People walked past him every day as if he didn't even exist. They laughed at his torn clothes. They mocked his weak body. And worst of all, they believed he would never become anything in life. But years later, those same people lowered their eyes when they saw him coming. Because the poor boy everyone ignored became the man they feared. And his story might change the way you see struggle forever. In a small dusty village, there lived a boy named Kareem. Kareem was only 12 years old when he lost his father. His mother worked day and night washing clothes in other people's homes just to feed him. They were painfully poor. Some nights, they slept hungry. Some winters, they had only one blanket to share. But the hardest part of Kareem's life was not poverty. It was humiliation. Every morning, Kareem walked to school wearing old faded clothes and broken shoes. The other children laughed at him constantly. "Look at the beggar boy," they would whisper. Even some teachers ignored him because they believed poor children never succeed. Kareem stayed quiet. But inside his heart, the pain kept growing. One afternoon, during lunch break, Kareem sat alone under a tree while the rich boys played nearby. Suddenly, one of them walked toward him. It was Hamid, the son of the wealthiest man in the village. Hamid looked at Kareem's torn bag and started laughing. "You should stop coming to school," he said cruelly. "People like you were born to serve people like us." The other boys laughed loudly. Kareem felt his chest burn with shame. For a moment, he wanted to cry. But instead, he stood up slowly and looked Hamid directly in the eyes. Then he said something nobody expected. "Maybe today I am poor, but one day, you will remember my name." The boys laughed even harder. But Kareem never forgot that moment. That night, while his mother slept after hours of hard work, Kareem sat beside a tiny oil lamp and made a promise to himself. "I will change my life." From that day forward, everything changed. While other children wasted time playing in the streets, Kareem studied. When others slept, he stayed awake reading old borrowed books. He worked during the day carrying sacks in the market. And he studied at night until his eyes hurt. Years passed. Slowly, the weak, ignored boy became stronger. Not just physically. Mentally. Emotionally. Kareem learned something powerful during his struggles. Pain can either destroy a person, or build them into someone unstoppable. One day, a scholarship program came to the village. Only one student would be chosen to study in the city. The entire village believed Hamid would win. After all, his family had money, influence, and power. But when the results came, everyone fell silent. Kareem's name was announced. The poor boy nobody respected had defeated them all. Hamid was furious. "Impossible," he shouted. "How can someone like him succeed?" But deep inside, Hamid was afraid. Because for the first time in his life, he realized something dangerous. Hard work can defeat privilege. Kareem moved to the city and continued fighting for his dreams. The road was not easy. There were days he wanted to give up, days he felt lonely, days he doubted himself. But every time life pushed him down, he remembered the laughter, the insults, the humiliation. And instead of breaking him, those memories fueled him. Years later, Kareem became one of the most successful businessmen in the country. People admired his discipline, his intelligence, his strength. But something about him made people nervous. He was calm, silent, focused. The same people who once ignored him now tried desperately to earn his respect. One evening, Kareem returned to his old village in a long black car. The villagers gathered around in shock. And there, standing quietly among the crowd, was Hamid. No confidence, no arrogance, no laughter. Just silence. Hamid lowered his eyes and whispered, "I was wrong about you." Kareem looked at him calmly. Then he smiled gently and said, "No, you were wrong about hard work." At that moment, the entire village understood a lesson they would never forget. Never laugh at someone because they are poor today. Never judge someone because they seem weak. Because struggle creates strength that comfort never can. The boy you ignore today may become the man you admire tomorrow. And sometimes, the people who suffer the most quietly become the strongest people in the end. So if life is hard for you right now, don't lose hope. Your pain is not the end of your story. Maybe life is preparing you for something greater. Maybe the struggle you hate today is building the strength you will need tomorrow. Remember this always. People may ignore your beginning, but they will never be able to ignore your success. Stay patient, stay humble, and keep moving forward. One day, your story will speak for itself.